Most likely the one that is more positive is the one that's going to be more open to making changes for 2010. That person is the one that wants to create possibilities. And that's a great client for me, because then we can work to look at all options, all creative outlets. And the person that's on the negative side could be a client as well, but he may actually be somebody that is a little rigid in their thinking, in their mentality, where they may lack in a positive outlook. So I may call that person to look at something differently, looking at maybe shifting their mindsets, shifting their perception, to look at something differently, perhaps consider something they don't know about, or something they can't see yet. And so that's what a life coach does. The positive person is great. That's going to be an easy client. The one that focuses on the negative is going to be a little more challenging, but also I like working with those people as well, because those are more rewarding for me.
Right. Well, I want to come back to the whole issue of success. As we've emphasized at the beginning of the program, most people are not don't achieve real well at New Year's resolutions. But the contrast that I'd like to make is with the help that someone like yourself can give. You mentioned that about half the people stick with it?
About 5 or 6, yeah.
Okay. So, so you're having pretty good success. What about those maybe that don't stick with it? Are they still able to make some important changes?
If they do, and if it happens outside of life coaching relationship, I may not know about it.
Right.
But usually, if it doesn't happen, Steve, it's because they don't prioritize. It's not high enough in their list of priorities. And that's why they can't stick to their New Year's resolution. I mentioned the plate. When the plate is too full, something needs to come off the plate to put that New Year's resolution on in place of that. And usually people don't remove something from the plate. And so when they try to pile it on, it's going to fall off. And so they can't stick to their resolution.
All right, let's go to the phones now, and we are going to speak to Connie, I believe in West Virginia, but correct me if I'm wrong on that, Connie. Nice to have you on the air with us today.
Hi.
Hi.
I was listening, and I like the idea of a coach. I'd never heard of having a coach help somebody with New Year's resolutions, and I like his ideas and the encouragement that he gives his clients.
Well, you know, let me find out from our guest, Connie, because you say you like it, but of course then we have the ability. The economy is tough, and I'd like to ask our guest about this. Here's an individual that likes the concept, but how many people are able to take advantages of the services of you know, yourself or someone like you?
It's a tough economy right now, and not everybody can afford life coaches. I am flexible with. I always work with that individual and their current financial situation.
Okay.
So that will usually happen in the preliminary stages of our conversation.
And I would assume it would depend on how long it would take for them to achieve the goals that they want to achieve.
Right,
and so
right.
forth.
And that's still an unknown, though. It could happen in a week, or it could happen in 6 months.
Right. So if Connie or someone wanted to call you, then they need to talk with you about that, correct?
That's correct.
All right. So that's the way to work it out. But it is a good idea, isn't it, Connie?
Yes, it is. I just listening to him, I've received some ideas of changes to make in my own life right now, and that's encouraging.
Yes. You know, Connie, I am glad you mentioned that, because all of us need to make changes, and we need the encouragement of each other. And it's always nice not only to have someone help us with a particular issue that we may have, but you know, kind of when we're all in it together, we're all working. We may be working on different things, but we know that you know, we're all working on things together. I think there's a lot of encouragement. So I'm glad that that you've shared that you're working on some things, and I hope that everyone else will find those things they can work on as well.
Yeah, and the other thing I liked about what he was saying is he individualizes each client. He doesn't group them all in one category and says, you know, this person has to follow this kind of outline.
Sure.
Everybody's an individual, and I like that idea and concept.
Yeah, that's a good one too. You know, we of course just a moment ago mentioned a lot of these self-help books, but there are self-help seminars as well. And you're exactly right. Everyone gets lumped in, and here are the 5 easy steps. Follow these, and everyone's going to be a roaring success.
Right.
All right. Well, Connie, thanks so much for your call.
You're welcome.
God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let me ask you, Marcel, about a website. You have a website, I understand, where
I
people
do.
can go. We're at the end of the program, and many people may say, well, I'd like some more information about what we've talked about today. Where can they go?
They can log on to www.marcelcoaching.com, and Marcel is spelled M-A-R-C-E-L. So it's marcelcoaching, one word, .com.
All right, marcelcoaching.com. That should be easy enough. And of course, we have the CD that we are giving away, and that CD is going to Connie. And I said she was in West Virginia, but I think actually she is in Wyoming. And we want to thank each one of you for being with us today. We wish you God's richest blessing and success in your life as you look forward to this new year and make the changes that you know Jesus would like to have you make in your life. Always remember to put together with that human effort, prayer, and a pleading for the Holy Spirit to be effective in your life. So we wish you the very best as you make those New Year's resolutions, make those lifestyle changes, and by God's grace, try to stick with them. Thanks for being with us today. Marcel, thank you for being with us
Pleasure.
today.
Thank you.
And we wish you God's blessing. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to Steve Gallimore Live. We're here Monday through Friday to help you think critically about the current world events from a biblical worldview. We would like to say a special thank you to those who faithfully support Lifetalk through financial gifts. You make it possible to continue sending out a clear and undiluted message of hope in a world that's pulling apart at the seams. For more information on how you can participate in this vital ministry, visit our website, lifetalk.net, or call toll-free 800-775-4673. Thanks also to our research volunteers and our radio and television production teams. Please join us tomorrow for Steve Gallimore Live.